Welcome back to In Ohio Country today. Big day on Wilson alongside of Gar Jackson. The Conservation, Tillage, and Technology Conference is one of those events that's been going on for a long time, Gary.
You know, it has, Dan. At Ohio Northern, it's been going on for 34 years. And historically speaking, I think it may have started a few years before that. This could have been the 40th Conservation, Tillage, and Technology Conference. A lot of years, a lot of speakers, a lot of education. And it happens about this time every year, the first couple weeks of March.
And there are the same cast of characters that keep it running, one of those being our good friend Randall Reeder.
Oh, my. A gentleman educator. He's just a perfect person for the job, but an ideal gentleman, just ready to help anybody do anything as long as it pertains. Well, no, he would do anything for anybody, but we know him through agriculture and all the things that he does with Extension for a number of years, and a well-deserved attaboy here at the conference this year.
And, of course, he's turned over the reins for 2026. Why don't we talk about that?
Mark Bottens is, well, actually, he's retired a few times. I told him, I said, one thing we learn about you, Mark, is the fact that you have a lot of jobs that you start, but you never finish. but it's because he retires.
I believe you used the word quitter.
Okay, I may have.
Sorry,
Mark. But he's an ideal gentleman as well. And has helped us arrange for speakers that we interview and show you what they bring to the conference. But it's held about this time every year.
Well, we always enjoy coming to the Conservation, Tillage, and Technology Conference. They videotape all their sessions. And if you want more information, check out those videotaped sessions. You can go to their website at cttcohio.com. We'll have a link to that as well at our website at InOhioCountry.com. And we'll be back with more In Ohio Country today right after this. It's the perfect time to get back to work and get a great deal on a Coyote tractor. Right now at Apple Farm Service, you get a free loader on select Coyote tractor models or take advantage of 0% financing for 72 months. Built to respect the dirt and handle whatever the job demands, Coyote tractors are ready to work when you are. These offers run through June 30th, so stop in today or shop online at applefarmservice.com/coyote. Allen Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Allen is a business owner and an active farmer. Trust Allen Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection. For more information, check us out on the web at allendavisinsurance.com. Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Allen Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Allen is a business owner and an active farmer. Trust Allen Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection. For more information, check us out on the web at allendavisinsurance.com.
Hi, I'm Craig Von Stein, and I'm excited to announce my new role as the manager of the equipment division at Dye Real Estate and Land Company. So on behalf of myself, Austin Hefner, and our entire equipment team, we look forward to continuing the high level of value and results that our clients have come to expect. So if you're interested in selling equipment, buying equipment, or just need an opinion of what your equipment's worth, give us a call and let us walk you through every step. We deal with everything from ag equipment to construction equipment to heavy-duty trucks and trailers. For more information about our equipment team and our services, check us out online at dyerealestate.com.
The SureTrack heavy-duty low-profile dump trailer is engineered for professionals who demand the highest level of strength, versatility, and efficiency. And Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for your next SureTrack dump trailer. Available in multiple configurations, tailored to fit your specific needs, and built for heavy-duty tasks. This trailer delivers top-tier performance, helping you get the job done right every time. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today, your source for SureTrack dump trailers. Learn more at rodock.com.
Hello once again, everybody, from the Conservation, Tillage, and Technology Conference at Ohio Northern in Ada. I have the distinct pleasure right now to be interviewing someone that has this morning gotten a little bit of extra recognition for jobs well done in the past and the present. Randall Reeder is with us.
I was honored for quitting. I retired as the director or the program coordinator for the Conservation Tillage Technology Conference after 39 years of pretty much running it.
And you couldn't go another couple?
Oh, I could have, but I've still got work to do. I'm still the executive director of the Ohio No-Till Council, and that's become a bigger job now. We got a couple of nice grants, so we're going to be doing more and more field days and other events this year.
Well, I kid you, Randall, because you've done all of what you've said and tons more throughout the years, and you know so many people, and you've impacted so many lives that it's just been a pleasure knowing you.
Well, thank you, Gary, for that. I hope we've influenced a few people, and obviously it's not me, it's the team and everybody. We've had fantastic speakers over the years, and being able to bring in people from across the Midwest especially, and all of our successful farmers here and how they contribute. Agriculture is tremendous. Farmers are always willing to share their successes and share their problems and things that have gone wrong, and it lets other farmers learn from those mistakes or experiences.
And deflecting the spotlight like you just now is one of the reasons you've been so successful during your lifetime.
Well, it helps. It helps me avoid the slingshots myself, I guess. But no, it's been a very successful run, and it's going to continue because there's tremendous people involved with it. It's just been I added up one time, and I think I'm right on this, maybe 30 different organizations have contributed to this conference or are involved with it. It's just how many different events have that kind of support, and it's been that way, and it's continuing to grow.
Well, I've always said that Ohio is a little bit different. You know, in this state, you have everybody working together. You've got the Ohio State University, the Ohio Department of Agriculture, the various commodity groups, almost to a commodity group.
SWCDs and NRCS, USDA, ARS.
And everybody's pulling the same direction, and it's for agriculture in this state to be number one.
Right. I'm trying to help everybody do better.
Well, let me now go back a few years, because when I was farm director at WIMA and T102 in Lima, and I think about that sometimes, it hasn't been that many years, has it? But I guess it has been. and when I first started helping out here, you were in the position that you just were recognized for this morning. And whenever I needed something, it wasn't to go to this person or that person. It was to, Randall, you there? Can you help me out? And you were always there. And I want to thank you for that. And you were always a help.
Glad to do it. And that was the landline. At least we didn't use the Pony Express back then. But, yeah, well, I've always... and as you know, when you get experience, you've been around a long time, you know people. And it's easier for me. Very seldom did I have the answer myself, but I usually knew one or two people who would have the answer for you, Gary, and that made a big difference.
And it wasn't just this conference. It was everything involved in, no matter where I was, even when I was in Columbus and in parts unknown, you know, I could get on the phone and you would always be able to help me. But you showed me what being involved in as many areas as you can when you're at a certain age, and you can do that, how it impacts what you can do and how you can impact other people just by you knowing this person, and then that person knows two other people, but by the time it's all over, gosh, you've got a whole network of people to
And that's the key to all of our success, I think, is it's who you know and how you can network with those people, and you depend on them, they depend on me, and that's the way things get done.
Well, let me ask you, now that you've received this recognition earlier, any kind of special plans? Or you just keep going doing what you're doing?
Well, I'll start with this. Being the executive director of the Ohio No-Till Council has gotten bigger now that we've got some additional money coming in. So we're going to have a really busy next 12 or 13 months, putting on more field days, and we'll have some other things published and probably on the radio that we haven't been able to do before. The other one specific thing, since I wasn't in charge of planning this conference, I had a lot more freedom in January and February than I have before. So that was quite a relief.
Well, very good. Too, with the fact that you have more time now, is there anything that you've put off in the past doing that now you've got that extra time to do for you?
Well, I did. Sometime middle of February, I spent a week in Arizona, which I couldn't have done before. With friends invited me out there, so that was a nice break. I don't have anything else planned in mind. So, like I said, I think I'm going to be busy with the Ohio No-Till Council work for the next year, and then we'll see what happens from there. We'll keep it growing. I'm still involved here. I still carry my camera around, so I've been taking pictures in the sessions today, and we'll keep doing that.
And I heard you talking with my cohort Dan Wilson earlier, and he was mentioning something that we all know that you're deeply involved with, recapturing the life of Will Rogers, and there was something that the two of you said together that about what a farmer might say when we're talking about agriculture.
Well, Will Rogers said, and thank you for bringing up Will. Yeah. A farmer has to be an optimist, or he would still be a farmer. I think that definitely applies today, and really it applies to a lot of people. I'll throw in another little plug, thinking of Will Rogers. I've written a little book, called Common Horse Sense from Will Rogers, and it's timeless tips for leaders and everyone else. And the co-author on that is Will Rogers' great-granddaughter, Jennifer Rogers. Now, right now it's just a little book, but we're already finishing up an expansion of that, and it'll come out in a hardcover version and have more in it than just the little book that we started with.
Oh, looking forward to that. Well, again, congratulations on the mention, the notoriety that you had here at this special conference.
That's a good phrase for it, notoriety. I'm notorious for hanging around.
Well, that's another kind of notorious. I suppose at least your picture wasn't up on the post office wall,
Not yet, anyway, right.
Okay, well, again, Randall, thanks a lot for being with us, and thanks for everything you've done over the years.
Gary, it's been fun to work with folks like you over all these years, and you and Dan and everybody else in ag journalism. It's just tremendous.
Well, there you have it from Will Rogers, a.k.a. Randall Reeder. And thanks for being with us today, Randall.
Glad to be here.
And stay with us, back with more when we continue on In Ohio Country Today.
From generation to generation, farmers do their best to protect their land, livestock, and farm operations, but they can't do it alone. Salina Insurance Group has partnered with local ag professionals to do just that, offering the peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. Salina's products and coverages come from our first-hand experience and relationships with local agents. For total farm protection, come experience the Salina difference. Learn more at salinainsurance.com. When it comes to land, some people just see earth. We see an investment. We see growth. We see profits. We see life. When it comes to your farm and your land, we'll help you see your investment. At Dye Real Estate Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Visit us today at dyerealestate.com. That's dyerealestate.com. Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for Wilson livestock trailers. Wilson builds reliable, lightweight, and corrosion-resistant aluminum livestock trailers. Wilson is known for their attention to animal and operator safety, as well as the best in biosecurity. Wilson delivers your best value and your lowest cost of operation. Rodock is your home for Wilson livestock trailers. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today. Learn more at rodock.com. Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and joining me now is the keynote speaker from this year's Conservation, Tillage, and Technology Conference, Monte Bottens. Monte, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Monte, let's get started by talking a little bit about your farm and your ag background.
All right, Dan. I'm a farmer in northwest Illinois. We're a fifth-generation farmer there. Have about 2,500 row crop acres and some pasture acres to support our grass-fed beef business. Also do direct-to-consumer grass-fed beef, chicken, and pork. We grow non-GMO corn, non-GMO soybeans for processing and also for seed. And then we do some cover crop seed growing, too.
Sounds like you stay pretty busy. So how do you find time to come to the Conservation, Tillage, and Technology Conference, an event like this?
Well, we have a great team of people at our farm. So there's a team of people at our farm, on our row crop farm, also on our pasture operation that keep all the day-to-day going. So real thankful for them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do what I do.
Let's talk about that operation, too. I mean, again, a family business, a great team behind you. Let's talk about some of the challenges that you've had on your farm, like most producers here in the Buckeye State.
Well, immediate challenges this year, obviously, is a spike in input costs here recently. Also, commodity prices, even though they're high compared to historic, they're still low when you adjust for inflation. So that's a big challenge right now. But we're looking at how do we continue to build resilience into our farm, leveraging the soil to help us produce a more consistent crop, how to get more nutrients coming from the soil because of how we're treating it and the soil health there. Also, how can we accomplish things in different ways, using predator insects to be our friends instead of having to maybe apply as many insecticides to kill things? How can we enable plants to defend themselves from fungal attacks? How can we use cover crops to prevent weeds? So we're always asking ourselves, what if, and trying to do things differently.
Monte, I think that's a challenge for every producer, is trying to increase that profitability on the farm, but also to do it in a way that's environmentally safe, and it's also paying attention to the land, to the soil, because that's where those profits come from. So let's talk about your talk today as a keynote speaker here at the Conservation, Tillage, and Technology Conference.
Well, biggest thing I was trying to get across to farmers is that we're underway of big changes in the industry here in the next 10 years, and are we ready for that? We're continuing to grow an abundance of crops that need to find a home, and the price reflects that they're not as wanted today as maybe what they were a few years ago. And if we continue to push big yields to get our way out of profitability, well, we're just kind of hurting ourselves further. So one of the things I want to emphasize is those last few bushels that we really try to eke out of every system requires a lot more inputs than, let's say, the majority of the first bushels. So is it really worth that? There's a lot of trade-offs there, not only to costs for ourselves, but costs to our neighbors. Talking about, our loss, one of the realizations I've come up with on my own farm is a loss is not just a loss, it's somebody else's pollution. And we want to be nice to our neighbors. We want to be nice to people drinking the groundwater. We want to be cognizant of people trying to swim in streams and aquatic life and such. And the reality is when we overapply or put a little bit more on, for safety, we're actually causing downstream problems. So I don't think we think of that enough. We worry about how much too much we're spending, but we don't think about the cost associated with doing too much. So one of my quirky little things I like to say to folks is, don't be a moron as far as, putting a little more on all the time. One of the problems is when you come to meetings like this or listen to podcasts, listen to your show, all the places that we get information from, when we get new information, you have to do something with it. Absolutely. Either you have to ignore it or you have to do something about it. Right. And if you ignore it, they're just over enough period of time as farmers, by our very nature, we want to do the right thing. And over time, that just eats at us enough, and we'll eventually, I got to make a change. I need to be doing stuff more responsibly, more regeneratively. It's not good enough just to sustain a resource that we all know is degraded. we have to make it better, and we really have to regenerate our resources to make it better for the next generation, not just keep it for the next generation. I think for people who want to get in agriculture today, let's say they don't have a family farm that's in agriculture and they want to enter there, probably the absolute worst place for a beginning farmer to enter is in the commodity space, because it's so low margin, it's so equipment and capital intensive that it's really high risk. Outside of the insurances, it's very hard to do. Okay, but those more niche markets like you were just referring to there, specialty crops, experiential things, I see a lot of opportunity there for younger people who maybe want to have a homestead life or farmstead style life, that they can enter into agriculture in those unique ways. Unfortunately, though, they're entering in those ways in the ones and tens of acres, where commodity agriculture is still the millions of acres. So I appreciate the diversity. We'll never look down upon it or discourage it in any way, but we need more. We need more of it, and we need more than two major commodity crops. And in Ohio does a good job of growing wheat too, but we need to, identity preserve those crops, add more value to those crops, specialize in those crops to get more nutrient density from healthy soils to healthy food to get it to people. And that's going to happen over time, because ultimately the consumer wants that. And we need to be more responsive to what our customers want versus expect them to buy something that we like to grow, but maybe they don't necessarily want.
And we can't really put all our eggs in one basket like we did with China. We have to find diversity in the use of those products as well. So where do you see that going when we talk about E15, we talk about fuel that could be used for jets, we talk about the expansion of the different bio products that are coming from our soybeans and our corn as well?
I think, those things we all know about now and have some hope for additional market uses of our existing things. However, I think we're going to need to really rethink and revisit just how we do raise our food. Maybe the old ways of doing things, and maybe grandma cooking with lard wasn't so bad after all, or tallow, right? So we know some of those things are coming in there, and as we become more aware of that, I think we'll change how our food is done and how our food is grown. And that's going to change the makeup of what's on the landscape. I really feel that we've got a lot of marginal acres that came into production 20 years ago to support the ethanol boom. That, should they really be in that kind of production? There's a huge demand for pasture-based meats. I think there'll be, with new technology such as virtual fencing and with offsets I think the government would rather spend money supporting farmers growing healthy food versus supporting health insurance to fix people with chronic illness. And the MAHA movement's connecting those things together, and I think it'll give farmers more opportunity than ever to do something other than corn and beans.
And improving those products, the corn and soybeans, also helps improve the health of our livestock as well. And you would know that firsthand, right?
Well, there's many things coming. There's orange corn that's coming down the road. There's other corn that have higher nutrient densities. So
let me stop you there. Tell me about orange corn real quick.
Well, I just ran across it the other day, and it provides a lot more beta carotene and such to animals. So it's grown in the corn, and there's lots of opportunities there to where, rather than making this mixed diet from multiple crops, why don't we grow it? Why don't we grow that nutrient density more to buy in less? Yeah.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. So cool.
The future is amazing. The future is truly amazing in agriculture, but we cannot think of it in the same way that we always have thought of it. One of the slides I have up there is that the light bulb was not invented from the continuous improvement of candles. So we're going to have, a light bulb moment instead of just making candles better moment, and it'll happen.
Monte Bottens has been our guest, the keynote speaker here at the Conservation, Tillage, and Technology Conference. Some great information, Monte. If people want more information from you, how do they get in touch?
Well, they can reach out to me via email, monte@bottens.com. They can go to our website, agsolutionsnetwork.com, and get connected.
Monte Bottens has been our guest, and we'll be back with more in Ohio Country today, right after this. Turn your lawn into the showcase it's meant to be with a Coyote zero-turn mower from Apple Farm Service. Right now, you get your choice of savings, up to $1,250 cash back on select models or 0% financing for 36 months. Built for power, precision, and a clean cut every pass, Coyote mowers make short work of big jobs. These deals run through June 30th, so don't wait. Stop in today or shop online at applefarmservice.com/coyote. Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for Wilson livestock trailers. Wilson builds reliable, lightweight, and corrosion-resistant aluminum livestock trailers. Wilson is known for their attention to animal and operator safety, as well as the best in biosecurity. Wilson delivers your best value and your lowest cost of operation. Rodock is your home for Wilson livestock trailers. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today. Learn more at rodock.com. Allen Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Allen is a business owner and an active farmer. Trust Allen Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection. For more information, check us out on the web at allendavisinsurance.com. Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today. For more information about our TV show, our podcast, our YouTube channel, our iHeartMedia Ag Network, check us out on the web at inohiocountry.com. Have a good day, everybody.